adventure has led us to the Whipple Company store. Today it's a museum. Back in its heyday, it was a doctor's office, a post office, it was a grocery, it even had a theater. It supplied all the miners' needs. Let's go take a look. So can you tell me a little bit about Whipple and why it's important?
Sure, I think I can try to do that. Whipple Company store was built about 1890 to service the coal mining community. There was a large community here, and one of the things that this building was designed to do was to enhance art and education. The coal baroness wanted that for the children. We had thousands of immigrants coming to the United States at that time, and the most important thing to her was that the children would have an opportunity to learn art and English and how to be Americans. They were the ones that were going to teach the parents. So the building had to be designed, in her opinion, to be something lovely to look at and something that the children would want to come to. So that's why this building looks like this.
Oh, that's neat.
So if you were back in that day and you didn't speak English, so you spoke German or Hungarian, no place to come and learn. But we had to do things like eat. We had to do things like feed our animals, because we had dogs and we had cats, and we had to study and we had to go to church, which we had a lot of churches in the area. But the building is very large and it had to be very secure. Back then we didn't have cameras and we didn't have video and we didn't have audio, so what we had to do was make sure we could hear and see everybody. That was our security feature. In this building, it was designed also so you could see everything and you can hear everything. For instance, when you come up on the porch, you're coming through the big arch and you can see a large portion of the porch. But the reflective glass, if you'll turn and look, you can see yourself in it. So anywhere I want to look in the glass, I can see behind me. I can see what's coming onto my porch at any time.
That's so cool.
But we also have something very unique in this building. It's round in the center, kind of like a big cylinder. And that round cylinder is hanging on a truss system, which is big iron rods through the upstairs. And those big iron rods suspend that circle. And when you stand in the middle of that circle on a piece of square concrete about the size of this table, you can hear everything everybody's saying.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Big security feature. If we could hear and we could see, we could keep the building fairly secure.
Is this the square you were referring to?
Yes, it is.
Could you tell me a little bit more about it?
Oh, I sure can. Why don't you take a step right inside the square, and I'll explain to you how it works. That piece of square that you're standing on is a solid piece of concrete. Actually, the only piece of concrete that we have in the building. Everything else that you see around you that the women and the children would have walked on when they were shopping is a substance known as corkcrete. If you'll take your left hand and reach right over this counter, you can pick that piece of corkcrete up. See it? It looks a little bit like a piece of lava rock.
Yeah.
We're not quite sure what it's made of, but do you see how lightweight it is? It has cork, it has dehydrated wood. It's made like silly putty kind of in its texture. It's all over this floor. What happens is when you talk and you're out here in this room, it will not absorb your sound frequency or your language or your talking. It also will not absorb water. So where does the sound go when we talk? Right to that square, right to you. Your body will act as an antenna. It's taller, and all sound frequencies coming out of us will come to your head. So when you talk, you're going to sound like a microphone in your own head. But when I talk, you'll be able to hear everything I say anywhere. Post office, butcher shop, doctor's office, ballroom, porch, and in the freight room where I'm buying my mining equipment.
Wow. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
To my left is the main room of the company store. Things like groceries and clothing and even candy will be sold there. To my right is where the services were. Things like the doctor's office and the post office. Every miner would have been required to purchase his own equipment when coming to work for the coal company. This room is where he would have come to buy those items. Some items a miner would have come here to purchase include a coal pick, a lunch bucket, a hat, a lamp, and any other equipment he needed. The ballroom is where Mrs. Collins spent most of her time. She didn't want to associate with the miners or their families, so she invited friends to come and join her in these big balls she held. Just inside the store is the women's changing room, where the women got ready for balls. It is also known as Ellie's room. Come with me and we'll go take a look. This is Ellie's room, and you might be wondering how it got its name. Ellie was a little girl, about my age, who lived in Whipple and worked for the coal company as an English tutor. I'll tell you the full story later. Just inside the store is the men's changing room. Follow me and we'll take a look inside. Just like the women, the men needed a place to prepare themselves for the ball. That's what this room is for. Later, it was also known infamously as the shoe room. This is the payroll office where all the company's transactions were made. This window is where miners came to get their money, most likely in script. This is the Whipple Company store vault where they kept company records and payroll. I heard a rumor that they kept gold here. Is that where they kept it?
Actually, this isn't where they kept the gold. This is where the bookkeeper took care of scrip and credit. But if you'll follow me through this door, I'll show you where our gold was kept. This was our superintendent's office. He was actually the one that was in charge of all the gold. He would be able to stand here and monitor the train activity and bringing the gold down from the train when it would come in on the Thursdays. But this door right here has a small panel in it, and it's kind of like a mail slot or maybe a doggy door. And what they would do is they would put the gold in through there, and our vault that would house the gold and keep it safe is right there. So you would access this with a rope ladder. Rope ladder comes down the wall, the guard would climb it, pull that rope ladder inside, which is, as you can see, is where it is now.
That is so cool.
Once he's up there and in place, he'll send leather bags down on little pulleys. We'll pick the gold coins and nuggets up and put them into the leather bags, and he will then pulley them up there, and that's where it was kept safe until we needed to pay the railroad for their service of pulling coal in and out of the mines.
Thank you so much. That's so neat.
You're very
Earlier, we visited Ellie's room, and I told you I'd tell you the full story of Ellie later. Ellie was a young girl who lived in the town of Whipple and was an English tutor for the coal company. One particular coal company official that Ellie was tutoring developed a strong relationship with her, like a father and daughter. Being that Ellie was African American, he went to great lengths to protect her. But the good times were not to last. The coal company official was called out of town on company business, and while he was out of town, Ellie was cornered by some Baldwin Phelps agents and brutally murdered. When he returned, he was heartbroken. He knew that because Ellie was African American, she wouldn't receive the best of treatment. So to protect her, he buried her in the basement of the Whipple Company store. I'd like to dedicate this video to the memory of Ellie. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Tune in again to see where my next adventure takes me.